Well, today marks 79 years since President Franklin D. Roosevelt declared war on Japan following the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, that killed over 2,400 U.S. personnel. Our next guest details the attack on Pearl Harbor and the events that followed in his book, December 1941, 31 Days That Changed America and Saved the World. Here to talk about this further is the author himself, Craig P. Shirley. Thank you for joining us.
You bet, Stephanie. Good to be with you.
Talk a little bit about your book and why you decided to focus on Pearl Harbor and the timeline that followed.
You know, there have been many good books written about the attack on Pearl Harbor. Gordon Stang wrote probably the definitive book, At Dawn We Slept, and the subsequent events. But Stephanie, there's never been a book focused on what happened to America after December 7th, 1941, and the differences were astonishing. And so that's why I really decided to write the book. I wanted to write a book about what happened to the civilian population, what happened to the American economy, American politics, and all the things that came after that. So that's why I really decided to focus on the stateside story of what happened after December 7th.
And your book is a little unorthodox since there are 31 chapters, one representing each day of the month. Why did you choose that sort of format?
Yeah. Well, because, you know, that's a great question. Because every day was packed with history. Every day from, we knew war was coming on the 1st of December. We just didn't know it was coming to us. And if it was coming to us, we thought it was coming to the Philippines, not to the Hawaiian Islands. Nobody really thought that, except I uncovered at the FDR Library a declassified memo from December 4th, 1941, from the Office of Naval Intelligence to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, detailing what they thought, a 17-page memo, what they thought were the possible points that the Japanese, if they attacked the United States, where they would hit. Everything from the Panama Canal to Wake Island to the Philippines to Singapore to Malaysia, and Hawaii was mentioned in that memo some 14 times. So the Roosevelt White House had the estimates, the best estimates of the Office of Naval Intelligence in its hands 3 days before the attack, but never sent that memo or the contents of that memo along to the field commanders in the Pacific, including MacArthur, Kimmel, and Short.
And what do you want readers to take away from your book?
What is possible with imagination, Stephanie, for instance, is that Detroit, within less than a month, began turning out B-24 and B-25 bombers using fabricated auto parts from Ford Motor Company, from Goodyear Tire, and from Fisher Auto Body. They began turning out is that our economy, our national directive, our national concern turned around in a matter of hours. Is that the Navy, Army, Air Force, Coast Guard recruiting offices were flooded, not only with men who wanted to enlist, even though the draft hadn't been instituted, but thousands of women went into these recruiting offices demanding to be drafted as well. They wanted to get into the fight. We accepted rationing from everything from milk to meat to socks to shoes to everything was rationed. And the American people accepted it, and there was no complaint or no squawking. Everybody put everything they could into the war effort. Victory Gardens produced something like 1/3 of all the fruits and vegetables needed to feed Americans, because the big farms were supplying it to the War Department to feed American GIs. The turnaround of the American people, politically, culturally, militarily, and otherwise, was astonishing.
In World War II, you know, there's so many layers to it, and it seems like your book really focuses on the details, as you said, regarding the U.S. and really hones in on that point. Lastly, where can our viewers go to learn more about you and your work?
Well, the books are available on Barnes & Noble and Amazon. I have a website, CraigShirley.com. And I guess that's just pretty much it, at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and my website, where they can learn more about December 1941 and my other books as well.
Absolutely, because I do know you do have some other works as well. Again, Craig Shirley, thank you so much again for your time.
You bet, Stephanie. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Want to see more videos like this? Visit OANN.com for immediate access to all the clips you've been waiting to see.